Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're going to talk about something that may be quietly keeping you from moving forward. Your limitations, your fear, your doubt, and your excuses. These things are not really outside of you. They live inside your mind. And until you learn to remove them, your life will stay the same. The truth is simple. You are capable of far more than you believe. But fear holds you back. Doubt makes you weaker. Excuses slow your progress. In this video, we'll learn powerful lessons that will help you break free from those limits and take control of your life. Lesson 1. Your limits are created by your mind. The first and most important truth is this. Most of the limits you believe in are not real. Your mind creates them. Many people convince themselves they cannot do certain things. They say, "I'm not good enough. I can't do this. This is too hard for me." But those are not facts. They are only thoughts. And thoughts are not always true. For example, imagine you want to try something new. Before you even begin, your mind starts building walls. It tells you that you will fail. It tells you that you are not ready. Because of that, you stop. But the truth is, you never even tested your ability. You quit because of a thought. Another important truth is that your mind is trying to protect you. It wants you to stay safe. It wants you to avoid failure. So it creates limits. But safety is not the same as growth. If you always choose safety, you will never improve. Another powerful idea is that limits begin to disappear when you take action. When you actually try, you often realize it is not as hard as you imagined. Your fear becomes smaller. Your confidence becomes stronger. Another important lesson is to question your limits. Ask yourself, is this truly impossible? Or am I simply afraid? Most of the time, it is fear speaking, not reality. Another powerful benefit is self-belief. When you break through one limit, you begin to trust yourself more. You realize that you are capable. And that creates confidence. Another important truth is that limits grow stronger when you avoid them. If you keep running from challenges, your limits become bigger. But when you face them, they start to lose power. Another powerful point is that your environment can shape your limits. If you are surrounded by negative thinking, your limitations will grow. But if you surround yourself with a growth mindset, you begin to improve. Another important lesson is to take small steps. You do not have to destroy every limit at once. Begin small. Every small win builds your confidence. Another powerful benefit is growth. When you remove limits, you create new opportunities. You try new things. You develop new skills. Another important truth is that your past does not control your future. Just because you failed before does not mean you will fail again. You can improve. You can grow. The truth is simple. Your limits are not real. They are built from your thoughts. And when you challenge those thoughts, your limits start to disappear. That is the first step toward becoming stronger and unstoppable. Lesson 2. Fear is not the enemy. Running away is. The second powerful truth is this. Fear is not your enemy, but escaping from it is. Many people believe fear itself is the problem. They try to erase fear completely. They wait until they feel fearless. But that will never happen. Fear will always appear. Even strong people feel fear. Even successful people experience fear. The difference is not whether fear exists. The difference is how you respond to it. For example, imagine you want to do something important. Your mind begins to create fear. What if I fail? What if people judge me? This feeling is normal. But now you have two choices. You can run from it. or you can move forward. If you run, you feel safe for a moment, but your fear becomes stronger. The next time, it will stop you again. But if you face it, something changes. Your fear becomes smaller. Your confidence becomes stronger. Another important truth is that fear is a signal. It shows that something matters to you. It shows that you are moving beyond your comfort zone. And real growth always happens outside comfort. Another powerful point is that fear creates energy. When fear appears, your body becomes alert. Your focus becomes sharper. Your mind becomes active. This is not weakness. This is power. You simply need to use it the right way. Another important lesson is that action reduces fear. When you overthink, fear grows. But when you act, fear becomes smaller. For example, before you start, fear may look huge. But once you begin, you realize you can handle it. Another powerful benefit is confidence. Every time you face fear, you prove to yourself that you can deal with it. This builds self-belief. Another important truth is that avoiding fear creates regret. When you do not try, you keep asking yourself, "What if I had tried?" That creates regret. But when you try, even if you fail, you learn. You grow. Another powerful point is that courage is not the absence of fear. Courage means taking action while fear is still there. Strong people are not fearless. They are courageous. Another important lesson is to begin small. You do not need to face your biggest fear right away. Take small steps. Each step makes fear weaker. Another powerful benefit is mental strength. When you face fear repeatedly, your mind becomes stronger. You become more steady. You handle pressure better. Another important truth is that fear often feels bigger in your mind than it is in real life. Your imagination creates worst-case stories, but reality is usually much simpler. Another powerful point is consistency. Facing fear once is not enough. You have to do it again and again. This creates a habit. The truth is simple. Fear is not what is stopping you. Your response to fear is what stops you. If you run, fear controls you. If you face it, you control fear. When you learn to face fear, you break one of the biggest limits in your life. And that is how you become stronger, braver, and unstoppable. Lesson 3. Doubt weakens you. Action strengthens you. The third powerful truth is this. Doubt is one of the greatest enemies of your growth. It does not stop you all at once. It slowly drains your strength. It makes you question yourself. It makes you hesitate. It makes you postpone action, and little by little, it takes away your confidence. For example, imagine you want to begin something important. Before you even start, your mind creates doubt. Am I good enough? What if I fail? What if I'm not ready? These questions may feel real, but they are not facts. They are thoughts. And those thoughts can stop you before you even try. Another important truth is that doubt comes from overthinking. When you think too much, your mind starts inventing problems. It creates negative possibilities. It focuses on everything that could go wrong. Because of this, you feel confused, and confusion stops action. Another powerful point is that doubt fades when you take action. When you stay trapped in your thoughts, doubt gets stronger. But when you act, something shifts. You gain experience. You see reality. And your doubt becomes weaker. For example, if you are unsure about your ability, test it. Take one step, even a small one. That action gives you proof, and proof builds confidence. Another important lesson is that you do not need complete confidence to begin. Many people think, I will start when I feel confident. But confidence comes after action, not before. You act first, then confidence grows. Another powerful benefit is clarity. When you take action, you understand things better. You discover what works. You discover what does not. This removes confusion. Another important truth is that doubt is normal. Everyone experiences doubt. Even successful people feel unsure at times. But they do not stop. They keep moving forward despite doubt. Another powerful point is that doubt grows when you compare yourself with others. You see someone ahead of you. You feel behind. Then you start doubting yourself. But every person has a different journey. Comparison only creates pressure. Another important lesson is to focus on your own progress. Look at how far you have come. Look at what you have learned. This builds confidence. Another powerful benefit is self-belief. Every time you act in spite of doubt, you prove to yourself that you are capable. This strengthens your belief. Another important truth is that doubt may never disappear completely, but it can be controlled. And the best way to control it is through action. Another powerful point is discipline. When you keep acting regularly, even when you feel unsure, you build discipline. This creates consistency. Another important lesson is to start small. You do not need to fix everything at once. Take one step, then take another. This builds momentum. The truth is simple. Doubt only weakens you when you listen to it. But when you act, doubt loses its power. Action gives you proof. Proof builds confidence, and confidence weakens doubt. When you understand this, you stop overthinking. You start doing. And that is where real growth begins. Lesson 4. Excuses keep you stuck. Discipline moves you forward. The fourth powerful truth is this. Excuses are the quiet reason most people never change their lives. Excuses seem harmless. They sound reasonable. They feel comfortable. They protect you from effort. But in reality, they block your growth. For example, people say, I don't have time. I'm not ready yet. I'll start tomorrow. Those statements may feel true, but they are not solutions. They are delays, and delay becomes a habit. Another important truth is that excuses give short-term comfort but create long-term regret. In the moment, excuses make you feel relieved. You avoid effort. You avoid discomfort. But later, you realize you have not moved forward. You feel stuck. This creates frustration. Another powerful point is that everyone has problems. No one has perfect conditions. No one has everything ready. If you wait for the perfect time, you will wait forever. Strong people do not wait. They begin with what they have. Another important lesson is being honest with yourself. Ask yourself, is this truly a problem, or is it just an excuse? This question is powerful. It helps you see the truth. Another powerful benefit of removing excuses is progress. The moment you stop making excuses, you begin taking action. Even small action creates movement. Movement creates change. Another important truth is that excuses come from comfort. Your mind wants to stay safe. It wants to avoid effort. So it creates reasons to stop you. But growth requires discomfort. You must step outside comfort. Another powerful point is discipline. Discipline means doing what needs to be done, even when you do not feel like doing it. This is the opposite of excuses. Excuses stop you. Discipline moves you forward. Another important lesson is to build small habits. Do not try to change everything at once. Begin small. Stay consistent. This reduces excuses. Another powerful benefit is self-respect. When you stop making excuses and start acting, you feel proud of yourself. You trust yourself. You feel stronger. Another important truth is that excuses steal your time. Every time you delay, you lose time. And lost time never returns. Another powerful point is responsibility. When you take responsibility, you stop blaming your situation. You focus on what you can do. This gives you control. Another important lesson is to act immediately. When you feel an excuse coming, take action instead. Do something small. This breaks the habit of delay. Another powerful benefit is confidence. Each time you act instead of making excuses, you build confidence. You prove to yourself that you can do it. The truth is simple. Excuses keep you stuck. Discipline moves you forward. If you keep making excuses, nothing will change. But if you act, even in small ways, your life will begin to move. When you remove excuses, you remove one of the biggest limits in your life. And when you build discipline, you create real progress. That is how you become stronger and unstoppable. Lesson 5. Take action even when you don't feel ready. The fifth powerful truth is this: you will never feel completely ready. And that is why you must act anyway. Many people delay their growth because they are waiting for the right moment. They think, I need more confidence, I need more knowledge, I need better conditions. But that perfect moment never arrives. There is always something missing. There is always some fear. There is always some doubt. If you keep waiting to feel ready, you will stay stuck. For example, imagine you want to begin something important. Your mind says, not now, you are not ready yet. So you wait. Days pass. Nothing changes. This is how people lose opportunities. Another important truth is that readiness is created through action. You do not become ready first. You become ready by doing. Every step teaches you something. Every experience helps you improve. Another powerful point is that starting is always the hardest part. The first step feels uncomfortable. It feels uncertain. But after you begin, things get easier. Your mind adjusts. You gain clarity. Another important lesson is that progress matters more than perfection. Many people try to be perfect before they start. They want everything to be right. But perfection delays action. Progress moves you forward. Even small progress is powerful. Another powerful benefit is learning. When you act, you learn from real experience. You discover what works and what does not. This is better than thinking too much. Another important truth is that fear shrinks after action. Before you begin, fear feels big. But once you start, it becomes smaller. This happens because action removes uncertainty. Another powerful point is confidence. Confidence is not something you wait for. It is something you build. Every action increases your confidence. Another important lesson is to focus on the step in front of you. Do not think about the entire journey. Just focus on what you can do now. This makes it easier to begin. Another powerful benefit is momentum. When you take one step, the next step becomes easier. This creates flow. Another important truth is that delay creates regret. If you do not act, you will always wonder, what if I had started? But when you act, you move forward. Even if you fail, you learn. Another powerful point is courage. Courage means acting even when fear and doubt are present. Strong people are not always ready. They simply begin. Another important lesson is to remove pressure. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to begin. This makes action easier. Another powerful benefit is growth. When you act, you grow. When you grow, your limits break. The truth is simple. You will never feel 100% ready, but you do not need to. All you need is to start. Take the first step, then take the next. When you stop waiting and start acting, your life begins to change. That is how you break limits, remove fear, and move forward. Lesson 6. Consistency beats everything. The sixth powerful truth is this: consistency is stronger than talent, motivation, and even intelligence. Many people begin with great energy. They feel motivated. They take action for a few days. They work hard at the start. But after some time, they stop. They lose focus. They lose discipline. And because of that, they do not see results. The problem is not ability. The problem is inconsistency. For example, imagine two people. One works very hard for 2 days and then stops. The other does a little every day without quitting. After some time, who will improve more? The second person, because consistency creates progress. Another important truth is that success is built every day. It is not created in one huge moment. It is created through small actions repeated daily. Each day may not feel important, but over time, it creates big results. Another powerful point is that consistency builds habits. When you do something daily, it becomes automatic. You do not need motivation. You do not need to think. You simply act. This makes progress easier. Another important lesson is discipline over motivation. Motivation comes and goes. Some days you feel full of energy. Some days you feel lazy. If you depend on motivation, you will stop. But discipline keeps you moving. You act even when you do not feel like it. Another powerful benefit is momentum. When you stay consistent, you build flow. It becomes easier to continue. But when you stop, it becomes harder to start again. Another important truth is that small effort is enough. You do not have to do something big every day. Even a small step matters. What truly matters is that you do not stop. Another powerful point is that consistency reduces fear. When you act daily, fear becomes smaller. You become more comfortable. You gain experience. Another important lesson is patience. Results do not appear immediately, but if you remain consistent, they will come. You must trust the process. Another powerful benefit is confidence. When you show up every day, you build trust in yourself. You know you can rely on yourself. This creates strong confidence. Another important truth is that long breaks are dangerous. When you stop for too long, you lose momentum. You feel lazy. You feel unmotivated. That is why staying regular matters. Another powerful point is tracking your progress. When you can see your daily effort, you feel motivated. You notice improvement. This helps you keep going. Another important lesson is long-term thinking. Do not focus only on today. Think about where you could be after 3 months or 6 months of daily effort. This keeps you focused. The truth is simple. Consistency is the real secret of success. Not talent, not luck. If you stay consistent, you will improve. You will grow. You will break your limits. And slowly, you will become unstoppable. That is why consistency beats everything. Because small daily actions create powerful long-term results. Lesson 7. Build a strong identity. Become unstoppable. The final and most powerful truth is this. Your success is not only about what you do, it is about who you become. Many people focus only on actions. They try to work hard. They try to stay motivated. They try to improve. But they forget something very important: their identity. If your identity is weak, your actions will not last. But if your identity is strong, your actions become natural. For example, instead of saying, "I want to work hard," say, "I am a disciplined person." Instead of saying, "I want to stop making excuses," say, "I am someone who takes action." This small shift changes everything. Another important truth is that your identity controls your behavior. If you believe you are lazy, you will act lazy. If you believe you are weak, you will act weak. But if you believe you are strong, you will act strong. Your belief shapes your actions. Another powerful point is that identity removes struggle. When something becomes part of who you are, you no longer need to force yourself. It becomes natural. For example, a disciplined person does not struggle to work. They simply do it. Another important lesson is that repetition creates identity. You do not become strong in one day. You become strong by repeating strong actions every day. Each action builds your identity. Another powerful benefit is consistency. When your identity is strong, you stay consistent. You do not depend on your mood. You act based on who you are. Another important truth is that identity helps you handle challenges. When difficulty appears, your identity reminds you, "I do not give up. I keep moving forward." This keeps you strong. Another powerful point is that identity removes excuses. If you see yourself as a disciplined person, excuses no longer fit your identity, so you stop making them. Another important lesson is self-respect. When you build a strong identity, you respect yourself. You take your goals seriously. You do not waste your time. Another powerful benefit is confidence. When you know who you are, you feel confident. You trust yourself. You believe in your ability. Another important truth is that identity gives direction. You know the kind of person you want to become. You act according to that. This creates clarity. Another powerful point is that identity is built daily. It is not created by words, it is created through actions. What you do every day becomes who you are. Another important lesson is to choose your identity carefully. Decide, "I am strong. I am disciplined. I take action." And then prove it with your actions. Another powerful benefit is long-term success. When your identity is strong, your growth becomes permanent. You do not fall back into old habits. The truth is simple. You do not become unstoppable by accident. You become unstoppable by building a strong identity. When you change who you are, your actions change. When your actions change, your results change. That is how you break limits, remove fear, eliminate doubt, and destroy excuses, not only by working harder, but by becoming stronger. And when you become stronger, nothing can stop you. Your limits are not real. Your fear is not permanent. Your doubt is not the truth. And your excuses are not your reality. Everything holding you back can be removed, but only if you decide to change. No one is coming to push you. No one is coming to save you. This is your life, and the power is in your hands. So stop waiting, stop doubting, stop making excuses. Start acting. Because the moment you take control, everything begins to change. If you found this video powerful, make sure to like the video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more life-changing content. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next video. So the question is, who are you choosing to become starting today? If you learned something valuable from this video, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and turn on the notification bell. Because we share powerful lessons that can truly transform the way you think and the way you live. And always remember, you are not trapped. You are only one decision away from becoming a completely new person. We will see you in the next video.